That's important. And you can do it. You can do it. All right. It is possible to be a multimillionaire and to be living happily. All right. The myth is get rid of any beliefs that you can't do this. And rewire your thinking to, yes, I'm building and I'm enjoying this. Hello and welcome to the show, the Curington Now show. I'm your host, RJ Curington at Curington Law. I'm a real estate attorney, a business law attorney, estate planning attorney, helping business owners, professionals, entrepreneurs, and just individuals build their wealth and protect their wealth, build their empires, protect their empires, and do so mindfully. And that's kind of what the podcast talks about as well, is how business owners, professionals, individuals, anyone can build their business and do so mindfully. All right. So today we're going to take a bit of a turn because, we've talked about informational things. We've talked about, investments and how to protect your investments, but we want to talk more about the mindfully and how to do these things mindfully. And when you're building your business or like increasing your investment portfolio, all those things are important. Okay. But the journey is what trips people up sometimes because when you're on this path, it can be very lonely, very stressful. If you're listening to this, I salute you because you want to learn about yourself and you want to grow in this challenging, very difficult, very lonely road of success and entrepreneurship and wealth building. So, that's important. And you can do it. You can do it. All right. It is possible to be a multimillionaire and to be living happily. All right. The myth of people that are wealthy being bad people or being people that are just extremely busy. All right. It's not true. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm so glad you came. Feel free to provide comments in the chat or in whatever platform that you're listening to this. Always open to it. And, we're just helping people. So try to spread the word as much as possible because I feel like this is not just an informational podcast on business tips and wealth building tips and just general knowledge of things. It also is a platform to learn about yourself and learn about doing all of these amazing things that you're doing mindfully and doing so with the grace and learning just how to be a mindful entrepreneur. All right. So very first thing, we'll get right into it. The very first thing you want to do, and I touched about on it a little bit, is to distill or just get rid of any beliefs that you can't do this mindfully. Okay. And you can't live a life of calm and peace. All right. Just get rid of that and rewire your thinking to, yes, I'm building and I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this journey. I'm doing this and I'm at peace. I'm mindful. All right. Because the moment we just continue to think like, oh, we're busy, we have so much to do on the do list, um, then you're just a prisoner to that thinking. All right. And you don't want to be a prisoner to your thinking. You want to have your thinking as an ally or asset to your life. All right. So the things that we're saying, the things that we're doing are all getting us towards that life of happiness and joy and mindfulness. So just telling yourself, hey, when you're overwhelmed and you're busy saying, oh my God, I enjoy this. I enjoy this. I get to do this. Breathing. I enjoy this. I love what I'm doing. All right. I have some more things to do, but I'm grateful that I have things to do. All right. I love this. I love this. That email I just got, I can't wait to respond to it. I'm going to get to it immediately, you know, and I'm going to do so with joy and positivity. All right. So that's really the first step is doing everything with a mindful, positive spirit and distilling any myths of the wealthy being mean or the wealthy being too busy to hang out with their kids or hang out with their friends, spend time with their spouse. Just forget about all that stuff and just rewire your brain with thinking of positivity and that you being an entrepreneur it gives you that flexibility to do this and to reach out to people and on your terms. All right, that's why you want to do it. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, if you're a professional working 9 to 5, that's fine too, because you're also building wealth. You're also doing things to contribute to your life. So do those things and just rewire your brain. Say, oh my God, I have like 5 hours left. Say, oh my God, I have 5 hours. I can't wait. I'm gonna just dominate it. I'm just gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna just, make the most of this opportunity because it's an opportunity. Whether you're like liking your current situation or not, you know, rewire your brain to think like this is an opportunity. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful to even have a job. Yes, it's hard, but I'm overcoming it, and there are going to be better things. But I'm going to make sure that I enjoy the here and now. All right, so that's the mindset with it. I mean, even in your communication with others, just make sure that you're communicating in a way that shows that, hey, I'm loving this. So there are some, and this isn't like to say, just be someone who's just unrealistically positive. Like that's kind of annoying. But you can just say, hey, yeah, the job's hard, whatever, but I love it. Like I'm happy to have the job. It's great. It's great. All right. And then that energy is going to come back to you. It's scientifically proven that, when you are thinking positive thoughts, positive things do attract. All right. So that's number one. Number two, after distilling any myths and rewiring your brain for positivity is to implement those things in your life that sometimes get overlooked. All right. If you love art, all right, paint. Make time for that. Craft out time to paint. Craft out time to go to the museum, go to the art museum, go to the gallery, um, read about art, make sure to pencil that time in so that you're enjoying your hobbies that you had, whether it's going to the gym. Really like the gym, that's the next point. But these are just hobbies that we're talking about, like watching sports, playing basketball, playing baseball, that community, going on the lake, swimming, things like that. Make sure that you're instilling those things that you used to do and that you love to do, and making sure that you're having time to do that. If you like to woodwork, if you like to play with your pet, if you like to go to the animal shelter and play with the animals. And there's a philanthropy giving association or something like that. Make sure to give back. All those things, all those hobbies that you like to do, make sure to do it. Cooking, things like that. Don't forget to do those things. Don't be too consumed with your work that you can't do those things. All right, music, listening to music, making music. All right, make time for that because that's so important. It's again scientifically proven that when you're doing your hobbies and enjoying your hobbies, that you get fulfillment out of life and you can build and grow mindfully. And then the next thing I was alluding to it, and we talked about the distilling the myths. We've talked about rewiring your brain. We've talked about in implementing the hobbies that you enjoy. The next thing is getting to the gym, like, or just getting movement. All right, getting sunlight. Those things go hand in hand. But when you do those things, preferably early in the morning, you just get a energy. You just get an energy instead of just going right into the job or right into work. That like hour or so of going to the gym, moving around, even 30 minutes or so, that's going to be very important for your day, for your week, for your month, for your year. As you accumulate those days in the gym, you feel better, you feel sexy, you feel positive, you feel like a rock star. All right. And the next one here, so just like being kind to people. All right. That's really important. Being kind, being patient. being generous, random acts of kindness, all of those things are going to be very important because that comes right back at you. You know, you're really a mirror, all right, you get back the mirror of you. So if you're looking in the mirror here, you're just going to really attract that. So if you're a good person, all right, good people are going to come to you. All right. If you're complimenting people, confidence are going to come to you. All right. That's really how it works in life, in business. All right. Spread the love, spread the love, spread the love. And I'm going to just provide an extra one here as well. Time manage. All right. Some people are not great at time management, and that's okay. But we want to have a routine or just have like a structure within your day. And with that time management comes like organization. So time management, organization go hand in hand. You know, organize your place, make sure your place is not cluttered, you know, because a cluttered home, cluttered brain, not good. You can work in it, but I don't think it's sustainable. But just organize your stuff. You know, there could be a little bit of organized chaos here, but you know, you want to make sure that you're all set and organized with your schedule, with your life, with your electronics. Declutter those things, feng shui all the mess. All right, take time to delete things, etc. So. Um, with that said, we really covered the you know the majority of the things that will contribute to a mindful life. Meditation, of course, that's like that has its own segment, but meditating, breathing, making sure that you breathe before you respond. All right, breathing. That should be your first response. All right, breathing. When you get a question, breathe and then respond. All right, so and then listening to people, all those things. You know, we'll touch on that in a different segment, but we've talked about the heavy hitters, the main things. We've talked about distilling any myths. All right, rewiring your brain. All right, um, we've talked about the time management. We've talked about organization. We've talked about having those hobbies still in place. We've talked about the getting to the gym early. All right, we've talked about just getting movement, getting sunlight, or all these things are going to contribute to it. And being kind, being a good person. And I'll give you just one more. Just do the best you can do every day and give yourself grace. All right. If you didn't get that project done, if you didn't check that thing off the checklist, it's okay. It's all right. All right. I'll give you a tip. All right. So, you know, you have your to-do list or whatever, have that and then have a to-did list. All right. Mark off everything you did do and then move what you didn't do and move to the next day. All right. So you can just crank it out next day and do that before you even go back home. You know, the last thing you do the day is to make that to do and to did list and then the to do list for tomorrow and then just forget about it and then go home, relax, do your hobbies, cook, bake a meal and just, you know, reach out to people and just say how much you love them, spread the love. I'm here, RJ Currington. Reach out to me with anything mindfulness. I'm here for you from a business perspective because we're all in it together. And reach out, you know, comment if you thought this was great. If you thought that there were some things that you do that I didn't say, add it in the chat, add it in the you know whatever you're listening to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. I'm here. So LinkedIn, I'm there too. Instagram, I'm there as well. RJ Currington Esquire or Currington Law. So enjoy, go spread the love, and until the next time. All right. Bye, you all.